The two final games of the Carlsen-Caruana match were drawn as usual. In the 11th game the challenger was perfectly prepared, and Magnus failed to unleash a big fight. However, the 12th game promised to be much more exciting. Unclear position from the opening, Caruana's inaccuracies, and extremely dangerous initiative for the world champion. And suddenly, a draw agreement. Chess fans were disappointed. It seemed that the chess king was too lazy. Hello dear chess friends, my name is Artem Smirnov, and today I'd like to review the two final games of the Carlsen-Caruana match. In the 11th game, Magnus played white. His first move was e4, as expected. e5, knight f3, knight f6, the Petrov's defense. Bishop e3, castle, queen d2. In this position white has some kind of initiative because white is going to castle long and organize attack on the black's king. White is slightly better developed, but black's position is very solid. c5, this is the main line in this position. Bishop e6, black attacks the a2 pawn, and after queen a5 the checkmate is threatening here. If white plays bishop g5 instead of king b1, queen a5, a3, rook e8 takes knight g5. After this exchange, white was slightly better in the game Giri-Motilov. So bishop g5 could be a good move here, but Magnus played king b1, queen a5, c4, getting an equal endgame here. h6 was played in the game. Rook e8 is also possible, and it was played in the game Shakiran-Miroshnichenko. After knight g5, bishop d7, f3, bishop c6. Again, black's position is extremely solid here, and the game was drawn. The position is even. h6, knight h4. Knight h4 is not the best option here. h3 looks like the best alternative. Rook e8, a3, rook d8. White is only slightly better in this position, but it would be the best option. After knight h4, black equalizes. Rook e8, knight g6, knight g4. The precise way to equalize. Takes, rook d7. Now it's clear that the endgame is drawish. Instead of rook d6, b3 is possible, but black plays rook d8, and soon d5 is coming, exchanging the pawns and then the rooks on the d-file. Withdraw. Takes, rook d8, attacking the bishop, rook d2, bishop takes c4, king c1, b6, rook takes d2, king takes d2. Instead of rook d2, rook e8 is the most precise move according to the engine, but the endgame is drawish anyway. After rook e8, rook d7 is the most promising move. Check. Black takes the first pawn on a2, the second pawn on f2, and the third on g2. But now the bishop is trapped. White takes the bishop. But again, this position looks drawish. It's impossible to win the pawns, the black pawns on the king side, and to get rook plus bishop versus rook endgame. After rook d2, the position is also drawish. King takes a6, a3, king f8. It's possible to keep the equal material after bishop d5, f3, g5, attacking the bishop. And, well, black gets the doubled pawn on the a file, but it's absolutely not important here. Still, the position is a dead draw. After king f8, Fabiano gives up a pawn, but the position is still drawish. All the black pawns are on the white squares, and as you know, in the opposite colored bishops, it makes it possible to draw the majority of the endgames. Well, white is a pawn up. This is not enough to win. That's why white tries to organize the second passed pawn on the king side, but it's not working. f5, bishop b1, the most precise move. After king f7, black takes the f5 pawn with the bishop. Bishop f2, a funny trap. Bishop c2 with a draw. Of course, bishop f5 could be a very serious mistake here, because after h5, white pushes the pawn and wins here. After g takes h5, king takes f5, white is also winning here. But of course, this is not a World Championship level mistake. It's never gonna happen. Let's go to the final 12th game of the match. Fabiano Caruana was white. Magnus Carlsen played black. d4, the main Sicilian lines, and e5. Again, Magnus chooses the Sveshnikov variation, knight b5, d6, knight d5. Of course, chess fans and chess players were expecting bishop g5 here, leading to the main theory. But Fabiano Caruana tries knight d5 again, takes knight e7, a new move for the match, and it's a sideline. According to the theory, white is slightly better. h4, an aggressive move. White attacks the bishop on g6 and tries to grasp initiative. h5, stopping the h-pawn. In the game Kramnik-Roganovich, a6 was played, attacking the knight. h5, knight f4. After a takes b5, h takes g6, takes. White is slightly better here. In the game Roganovich played knight f4, check h6, and white gets advantage in this position because white has initiative on the king side, and also white destroys the king's shield after h takes g7. Well, Magnus played h5. Opponents repeated moves, and Caruana decided to play bishop e3. In the game of the engines, bishop g5 was played, queen b8, bishop e2, with a slightly better position for Houdini in his game against Stockfish. After bishop e3, Magnus decided that a6 is the best choice here. Bishop e7 was recommended by the engine. After bishop a7, black castles, and black gets compensation here because the white's king on e2 is unsafe. a6 is also okay. Knight c3, queen c7. Again, the pawn sacrifice is quite robust in this position. Queen b7, castles g3, queen a5. Again, black has full compensation for the pawn. But the world champion decided that he doesn't want to risk a lot in this game. f3. f3 is the first inaccuracy of the challenger. Bishop e2 could be better here. e4, bishop b6, bishop d4, and the knight is going to b6. White's position is slightly better. After f3, Carlsen found an excellent maneuver, knight f8. The knight goes to the blockade square on c5. Knight e4, knight d7, bishop d3 castles, rook h2. One more dubious move of Fabiana. Castles looks much more logical. Takes e4. Of course, black has counterplay, and the position is about equality, but it would be a better choice for white. After rook h2, black is even better now, and according to the engine, after bishop g6, f5 is threatening, and in case white plays g4, black plays b5, getting initiative and advantage in this position. Rook c8 is a solid move, of course, and black is still fine. White castles long. Long castle was the challenger's idea when he played f3, but the whole idea seems erroneous here. Bishop g6, rook c2. In case of g4, black takes, then takes on e4, and after bishop e4, queen c4, black wins material, and black would be much better. Rook c2, defending the c4 pawn and preventing b5. f5, attacking the knight, and knight f2. After knight f2, black's advantage is sufficient. Knight g5 would be better. Bishop takes, h takes e4. It seems that black has initiative, and black's initiative is very annoying. f4, knight c5, takes, but white should sacrifice the exchange after queen d2, and in case of bishop takes c2, queen takes c2, the position is unclear. Black has material advantage, but white has two splendid bishops. After knight f2, white is in trouble. Knight c5, f4, f5 was in the game. Instead of f5, black could have played b5, which is even more logical here. Bishop takes c5, c takes b5 is not working, of course. After knight d3, check, queen c2, black checkmates. So bishop c5, d takes c5, queen d2, e4, attacking the bishop, and bishop f6. The black bishop goes to the long diagonal, and white's position is very dangerous here. Black is better. The engines recommend e takes f4 here. The idea is that if white takes with the g pawn, the bishop grabs the h4 pawn and black is a pawn up, and after bishop f4 black plays b5 with the same ideas, but now bishop c5, exchanging the knight on c5 is impossible. That's the reason to play e takes f4 here, to distract the bishop. In the game it was a5 attacking the queen, e4, bishop e8. Bishop e8 again is a good maneuver. Magnus Carlsen, he is a very strong maneuver player. King b1, bishop f6, rook e1, a4. a4 is a mistake. The world champion misses a chance to play bishop a4. This move was recommended by almost all commentators. The idea is that after b3 black takes the pawn, knight b3, and black has a devastating attack here, queen d1 a4. Black is threatening with queen a5 and queen b4, or maybe b5. Rook g1 b5, bishop h5. Seems that white gets counterplay. Bishop g6 and queen h5. Checkmate is threatening. But after rook e8, white's threats are not so dangerous as black's. Check, check, c3 check, c2. Now bishop c3 is threatening, or maybe c1, and white has no defense. Black is totally winning. Of course, this is the engine's line, and it could be extremely hard for the world champion and for the challenger to find it during the game, but this line demonstrates the problems of the white's position. If white plays rook c1, black's idea is to push the b pawn, queen b6, opening the c file. Black will take the b pawn with advantage, and after bishop h5, black takes the exchange, and black attacks having material advantage. With rook b8, black will take the b pawn and organize pressure on the b file on the white's king. Sooner or later black should be winning in case of the best moves. Magnus Carlsen played a4, and here the game was drawn. Extremely surprising decision from the world champion. Still, black's position is better, and according to the strong chess players, black could have played this position without any risk. But as we know, Magnus offered here a draw and won on the tie break. Thank you.